his pal Bugman. They like to roll the dice. By chance they came upon Devil's Game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price. And now they're fighting for their lives on a mission fraught with dread. And if they proceed but don't succeed, well, the devil will take their heads.
What's up guys, MacTech here with a quick guide on what you need to know about the new indie platformer game, Cuphead. Cuphead is a run-and-gun platform video game developed and published by Studio MDHR Entertainment. It was heavily inspired by 1930s cartoonists. You play as Cuphead, a tiny cartoon cup who has to fight a number of bosses to repay a debt to the devil after having lost a bet. There's also an option to play two-player, the second person playing as Mugman, Cuphead's more rational brother. In two-player mode, you have the ability to revive each other. After starting development in 2010, Studio MDHR first showed the game at E3 in 2014. After years of anticipation, Cuphead finally released on September 29th for Windows and Xbox One. After the tutorial, the game spawns you into an overworld of sorts. This area is where you can access the shop, the first level, all the boss levels, and much more. Once you defeat a certain boss, a new part of the map opens up. My first tip for this game is to change the controls. The default controls for using an Xbox controller on PC, which is what I'm doing, are to use left stick or D-pad for move, I suggest left stick, A for jump, X for shoot, B for X shoot, otherwise known as your special ability, left bumper for switch weapon, right bumper for lock, and Y for dash. I would really suggest switching these controls just because it's kind of chaotic having everything on the actual buttons. What I did was changed my dash to right trigger. I know there's a lot of things online right now telling you what to put your controls as. This is just mine, how mine is laid out. I might switch things in the future, but I would suggest doing it sooner rather than later, maybe even before you get into the game, just so you can actually get used to the controls that you're going to be using for the rest of the game. My next suggestion is to spend your money. In certain levels, you're going to get coins, especially in this first level right here, which is the first thing you're supposed to do. We'll go over that in a minute. However, you're only going to get a few amount of coins at one time. Right now, I only have 2, before I had about 5. If you go into the shop right here, which is called Pork Rinds Emporium, which I think is hilariously awesome, you're going to see 5 different items available to you. Once you buy an item, the item is immediately replaced with a new item. I would suggest always buying things. You want to be having to use your coins immediately when you get them. These things right here are going to drastically help you in defeating all the bosses. If we go out back to the overworld here, and I press Y while we're in the overworld, which is Inkwell Isle, you're going to see all these different controls right here. So we have Shot A, Shot B, Super, and Charm. If you go into Shot A, for example, you're going to see you have 6 slots. These are different slots that you can actually buy different kinds of attacks for. Right now we have the default, which is the Pea Shooter Mega Blast. Shot B, we have the Pea Shooter Mega Blast, which is the one that we would use kind of like a special ability almost. Super, you're going to have different things. And then Charm, you're going to have different things. All these things you'll be able to unlock in the shop. Right now I have the extra hit point charm. I also bought the invisible dash charm. It is important to keep in mind that you can only attach one of these things and have them equipped at once. The last thing in the equip card right here is going to be the list. This list is going to show you all the worlds and all of the soul contracts you need to get in that certain world. Right now I've gotten the root pack done, and I've also gotten Forest Follies done, which is kind of like a tutorial level, so there's no check mark next to it. You don't actually get a soul contract from it. The checklist is also going to show you the grade you got on the level and the time. The grade is dependent on a few things. One, you're going to have the time that it took you to beat the level, you're going to have your HP bonus, your parry, the amount of coins you collected, and the skill level it took you to do the level. After that, you get your grade, and you can see if you got a new record or not. Alrighty guys, so right now I'm going to take you into Forest Follies, which like I told you is kind of like the tutorial level. It's your typical run and gun platformer minigame, and I'm going to just show you all the different enemy types. First, we're going to have what I call the Sunflower. There's no real enemy names, or if they are, they haven't been announced yet, but these guys you're going to see are going to be able to run from 2 different directions. If I jump this way, he's going to be able to run back at me. Just like that. You want to make sure that you hit them immediately because they can outrun you. It is important to keep in mind that you can jump over them, but a lot of them can spawn at once, and you want to make sure you kill them. My biggest suggestion for killing enemies is that you kill all the enemies. It does no good trying to leave enemies behind and run past them, because the attacks they have and the speed they can get to you at is going to greatly outnumber anything you do to try and run away. Next up, we're going to have the little mushroom guys. They actually stay in the ground until they pop their head up when they can see you. They blow a cloud of smoke like stuff. They're going to aim it directly at you, but it will not follow you. As you can see, if I jump off, the cloud of smoke is just going to continue going that way. Next up, we have the little purple flower guys. They're able to shoot projectiles that will turn to flames once they hit the ground. They're pretty easy to kill, so I would do it. Just make sure you don't get hit by their projectiles like that. The next thing we have, and for me the most annoying, are these little blue slimy dot things. I don't even know what to call them. They're usually found running on logs, which is kind of difficult to shoot them because the logs are slightly angled. One thing you can do is duck and hit them like that. However, they don't die. They take one shot to hurt, but they will respawn and get back up. Another way you can do it is shoot it like this, and hopefully, if it's a downward angled log, the shot will hit it. Right now, we're just going to shoot it down, and it'll go away. As you can see, there are also black flowers that pop up from the ground. If you're not careful enough, they will be able to hit you and kind of eat you almost. Here's an example of one of the little blue guys on a downward angled log. If I just shoot it like this, I will be able to hit him eventually. These little pink things here, you're able to parry on. Any pink object you can parry. If I go like that, I'm able to hit it just like that. If I do it again, jump, and press A again in midair, I'll be able to hit it. This is very handy because later on there's actually a pink thing that has a coin above it, and you won't be able to hit that coin unless you parry on top of the object. One thing to keep in mind about attacking, you can hold the X button down, or whatever button you're using to attack, and it will rapid fire trigger. I tend to just click mine because I feel like I have more control over it. The next guys we have are the acorn enemies. They fly over to you with some propellers, stop where you stop, and will fall. If you stand still and let him fall to you, all you have to do is move out of the way for him not to hit you. This is where that other pink thing was in order for you to get the coin. If I jump and hit A mid-air, I will be able to get that coin. Like that. The Acorn Maker is kind of a boss within this first tutorial level. The level's not over once you beat him, but he definitely has the most health out of any of the enemies in this level. Acorns will continuously fly in and drop on you, so make sure you dodge them, all the while attacking the Acorn Maker. I highly suggest you save up some special attacks for this guy to do more damage and kill him quicker. The part immediately following that is kind of common sense. It's all about timing. You have to jump from platform to platform, some of them moving, while avoiding the cup-hungry flowers and the blue guys. My suggestion here is to kill the blue guys while on a previous platform, time it right to jump when the flower is down, get to the next platform, and then duck and shoot the blue guy again to knock him out. Alright guys, well that's all I have for you now. This game is still very new and I'm still learning myself. I'll try to keep posting tips and tricks when I find them, and I'll definitely continue to post episodes of my walkthrough. Have a great day, thanks for watching, and peace out.